The water that they were showering in and drinking was contaminated with the decomposing body of Elisa Lam. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please do subscribe, and if you're old here, hello again. My name's Philpott and I cover true crime cases on my channel. Just wanna say I'm sorry if there are any issues with this video, whether it be like audio or me being out of focus. I'm using a new camera, which I don't know how to use, as well as a new editing software, which I don't know how to use. So, ooh, this will be fun. But this is the summary of the case of Elisa Lam, where I'm going to go into all of the most important details of this case, for those of you who maybe can prioritize like a whole hour for a YouTube video. Of course though, if you think at any point, hang on, I'd like to know a bit more than this, then the full video is linked below for you. It's definitely a rabbit hole kind of case. Oh my god, I don't even know if I'm in focus. Anyway, let's just dive right into this case. And trust me, you might need an adult beverage, because wow. So in January of 2013, a 21-year-old from Vancouver went on a trip up the west coast of California, and unfortunately she never made it home. Elisa Lam was staying in the Stay on Main hotel, which previously had been known as the Cecil Hotel, and the Cecil Hotel has a pretty incredible history. Bad incredible though. I'm talking several suicides, several murders, even several serial killers that were in the middle of murder sprees had lived there, including Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. But Elisa had been kicked out of her shared dorm room because she had been displaying some pretty odd behavior, and these roommates of hers complained about it. Soon after that, on the 31st of January, she disappeared. So, some searches were carried out, some interviews were conducted, but authorities had no joy. That's when about 2 weeks later some CCTV footage surfaced, and it was so strange and really creepy. The footage showed Elisa behaving really strangely. She was pressing all of the buttons in the lift, she was hiding against the wall, hiding in the corner, doing these weird gestures with her hands, and naturally this footage went viral online. A few days later then, the hotel was receiving multiple complaints about the same thing. Guests were complaining about the water. Now, there was low water pressure in the showers, as well as a strange smell and taste from the water. Little did these guests know, the water that they were showering in and drinking was contaminated with the decomposing body of Elisa Lam. Because Elisa's body was later found in one of the water tanks on the roof of the hotel. She was found naked, but with her clothes and shoes floating beside her. So this is already such a strange case, and this is when internet detectives naturally got to work. And a really interesting but really creepy theory that came out straight away was about the Korean elevator game. There are more details on this in the other video, so if you want to go a bit deeper down this rabbit hole, feel free. But essentially you push a series of buttons in the elevator and it opens up this portal to another dimension. Really creepy stuff. There are so many forums online, and I really, like, I delved in this rabbit hole. Like, I looked up so many stories of people who had tried this in real life, and essentially these people report hearing really terrifying things, seeing really unusual and disturbing hallucinations. Oh. Hello? 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 Anyway, when Elisa's autopsy results came back, her death was ruled an accidental drowning. But this really ruffled some feathers, because this just didn't make sense to people. How on earth could this woman get up to the roof of this hotel, which was already difficult to do, then climb these 10-foot water tanks and accidentally fall into one when you have to remove a lid? Like, and like, how were her clothes off? It just doesn't make sense. And that's when people started thinking maybe she took her own life. We do know from a blog that Elisa ran that she had really been struggling with her mental health for quite a while. She had bipolar disorder, and with that comes very high highs but very low lows. And maybe she was in the middle of one of those lows and she just had enough. There's also evidence from the autopsy to say that she skipped 2 of her 4 medications on her last day alive. But what doesn't sit right with me about this theory is suicide by drowning. Like, they know that she drowned because there was water in her lungs, but how do you do that yourself? Not that I've ever experienced this myself, but something tells me that that would just be painstakingly difficult and borderline impossible. And also, if she had made it to the roof, surely she would just jump off the roof. Like, why put herself through something like this? And again, why remove all her clothes? Police did rule out the suicide option though due to lack of evidence. So there's also a good chance that there is foul play involved in her death, so let's look at that. So one major theory here is that she spent a romantic night or two with a mysterious lover boy, and that this mysterious unknown man somehow turned on her and killed her. Another major theory is that she came across some very secret information about an invisibility cloak, and that some kind of assassin or secret government agent killed her because she knew too much. Another major theory then is that she had been used to cause a major outbreak in tuberculosis, because just 3 days after her body was found, Skid Row, where the hotel was, had its largest outbreak in tuberculosis in over 10 years. And TB can be spread through water. And of course, where did they find Elisa's body? In a water tank. Also, and this part is really strange to me, one of the major test kits for TB was named Lam Elisa. So specific. And not only that, it was created in the University of British Columbia, where Elisa studied. The final major theory is that it was some kind of cover-up. Whether it was a cover-up by the police because maybe one of their own was involved or someone influential, or maybe it was a cover-up by the hotel staff themselves. A lot of people actually believe this, and there was a whole minute cut out of the CCTV footage from the elevator, which is really strange. Why did it have to be manipulated? But maybe that was an attempt to cut someone out of the frame. There's also the possibility that maybe Elisa got to the roof with the help of a hotel employee. Whether willingly or unwillingly, I don't know. You can make your mind up yourself. And if that was the case, then maybe hotel staff were covering that up. Or maybe this whole thing was just an unfortunate turn of events because a young woman was traveling alone in a really dodgy area, and maybe her odd behavior was just a lapse in her mental health. She easily could have been in the wrong place at the wrong time for some kind of murderer or sex offender. This case has so many twists and turns, and I honestly, like, after researching the hell out of it, I actually have no idea what I think. So let me know which theory you think is the most plausible down below. And of course, if you've watched this and you think, oh my god, Kate, like, I need more details, then definitely go watch the in-depth version, because like there is so much I haven't mentioned, and I would love for your thoughts on some of those things, because when I say rabbit hole, I mean like rabbit kingdom. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and comment down below what your thoughts were. As always, you can find me at kphilpott_YT on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, and I will see you next week. Bye guys!